Well, welcome everybody to an impromptu live stream. All right, guys, we're going to see how this goes because I hate these, and especially how they turn out a little less than polished. But my camera equipment decided to play like a juvenile child, so that's why we're doing an impromptu in such a manner. Now, as the title suggests, we are going to be taking a look at Toxitron. And as you can see here he is with the other boys that are derived from the same mold. Now, one of the things that does strike me is that our boy does rock a black painted grill because traditionally we get what? Like a silver one, right? Okay, well, boring. That helps this guy have a little bit of punch. Now, the other thing that I do tend to like about this guy is that he does have the Generation 2 Decepticon symbol, which that's the symbol I grew up with. And so it has a little bit of special meaning to me, but I know that there's other folks that grew up on Generation 2, so you know what, it works. Now, one of the things that this guy is also sporting is some fabulous purple wheels, and I totally am down for that. And I believe it was at Senator Crosscut, he had like the red wheels, so you know what, it works. It's just something different. Plus, also in homage to his original Toxitron figure, you can see that atomic, nasty sludge that is just kind of spewing out of his trailer. They've actually gone ahead and included that. So definitely, I think that out of all three of these molds, probably if I had to pick a favorite, I'm going to be a little bit biased, and I will always go with Scourge. But what's really interesting about this guy's fiction is there was one version of the RID universe where basically Megazarak killed Scourge and turned him into basically a mindless beast that was Toxitron. But I kind of prefer to think of it more in line with the fiction that Hasbro has very vaguely kind of provided, that these were just transformers that emerged from a toxic swamp on Cybertron. So it kind of omits disrespecting Scourge, which I'm down with. And I kind of like him just being his own independent character, even if he was a clone of Optimus, because he's not him and he's not Scourge. So definitely digging that. However, if we want to see what he looks like with one of his fellow boys, we can see that we've got Cloud Cover over here. And, I don't know how much of this collection I'm really going to build, but just these two guys by themselves, I kind of like the whole, because it's basically 90s neon greatness, which, growing up in the 90s, I love the loud colors and the sort of thing this is going for. Plus, we've never had these characters released with these decos before. This guy was like a BotCon thing, so that's why I kind of say that about him. But like Cloud Cover, I mean, this is the first time we're getting an official G2 version of this guy. So down with that. And you can see that he's rocking his lovely symbols as well. Okay, so the trailer, there's really no surprises here. If you have messed with both the Scourge and Laser Prime, you know exactly what you are getting. I mean, there are zero surprises with this. And so we'll go ahead and pull this around here. Just go like that. Come on. Oh, you want to play, huh? Okay, there we go. Now, it is no secret, in my opinion, that this base mode, it's a little bit lackluster, but like I said in my previous video with Armada Optimus Prime, the reason that it's lackluster is you can now basically arm it up in any way that you want. So, for instance, let's just go ahead and we'll take these guys' weapons, and you can just mount them there, there. And then, you can just, if you wanted to make this thing just insane with firepower, it's all yours to do that with. Now, one thing that I've also been very openly honest about is how I feel about this little bit right here. And for Scourge and Optimus, I felt they needed a more serious looking sword. Although for Toxitron, he has slightly changed my opinion that I think it works for this guy. I just love the kind of semi see-through green, and oh man, it's looking good. Now, Traditional, he does have the missile pods. You can see that they're kind of in this amber color, which I thought they would be like the sword, but I guess that's just whatever's on the gang molding that has to go into this. And he does come with a matrix like all the other guys. You can see it's just a orange piece of plastic, which, okay, you know what? Maybe this version of Toxitron has it. Scourge, I had to take it out because I was like, does not fit with his vibe. And anyway, oh yes, the colors on this guy. Okay, I'm gonna admit I have a little bit of a thing with bright green Transformers as of late, and yeah, I'm not ashamed to admit that because it looks really good. Dang. You know what? They're just giving us some real bangers right now, are they not? And oh yes, these boys definitely fit the bill. And you know what? I gotta say that even though he may not be my top favorite, I do kind of dig it. And especially seeing these boys. You know, here I am being a sucker for Hasbro, buying 3 iterations of this mold, and yeah, I mean, Toxitron does stand out for obvious reasons. Now, the one thing that this boy is killing it with is like in the head, you like the paint on this boy. Telling it in person is really, man, the purple eyes, the purple paint on the head, just how they mixed in with the green and the silvers and the punches that it's got. And I mean, like, is it just me or does that look red on the chest? Like, you know, Scourge, we obviously knew it was pink, but that looks red in person and on camera. So, okay, I'm down with that. I mean, just, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to repeat myself. This is why I like to edit my videos because I like to say the same thing over and over again because I admire how some of these figures look. And, man, I definitely like that for sure. I don't know where Toxitron's going to fit in the collection. That's probably the downside of this. But, oh boy. Here, we'll go ahead and we'll transform Cloud Cover here for just a second so you can kind of see him by one of his minions. Now, I also wanted to ask, do you guys like the Nacho Dorito Jazz? Because, that's one thing that, you know, I like the Jazz mold. Like, I have it and it was the Transformers Primer used for Breakdown. And I mean, that's a solid mold in and of itself. I just kind of felt that maybe it was lacking a little bit in the details. I saw that the Grimlock, the banana Grimlock is sold out. So that was kind of, I'm slightly surprised, but you know, it's kind of like the Cosmos deal that he was an unexpected one that everybody wanted to get. And, you know, the scalpers, they just bought every version they could to resell for crazy bank on eBay, scumbags. Anyway, you know, like I'm not too about that Grimlock. I did not plan on ordering him, so it's not a big deal to me. However, I understand if you were not able to get one, I can understand why it might irritate you. So nothing but understanding going on there, because if like they released a Beast Wars figure that I really loved and I couldn't get him, yeah, I'd be irritated too. Fortunately, like with the Cosmos thing, my friend, I just cannot thank him enough. He went the distance, so to speak, and got me a Cosmos. So I was just excited about that. Made the beginning of my year really nice. So, all right, here he is with, I'm assuming maybe his sub-commander. You know, there is no real established fiction for these dudes. But yeah, I dig the way that looks for sure. So, since I do not obviously have the Nacho Dorito Jazz, there he is with just the standard one. Just for a little bit of size and how you can see how it all works and everything. There he is with Grimlock. And yeah, you know what? It's a cool idea. I'm not going to get all of the G2 repaints. The only other one that really piqued my interest was probably... It was the watermelon / gator Jazz. It kind of just looks like Jazz in his Florida outfit. And I don't know. It's just, you know me, I love the odd ones. Obviously, look at what we're taking a look at. Now, the one thing with him is I do believe that while this version of this mold should have a sword, and we've already established that I'm down with the one he comes with for a change. However, I will stand by my words that I do not like the basically price point limitation that had them merge them two. I've never liked this as a handgun. I mean, it works fine as a gun emplacement on a battle station. That works, but it's just a little handheld blaster. Not my thing. So you guys know that I've been gravitating towards these boys, and I don't know. Let's see if this Skull Cruncher fits his vibe. So we'll go ahead and we'll plug in his little blaster here, and oh man, let's see here. All right, does he kind of look sick with that? I think that the colors, they don't clash too badly. Even if they did, I think that would work for this dude for sure. Yep. I don't know. Like, I keep thinking I need to get more of these Skull Crunchers because they still are on the shelves. Oh, I tell you what, the one I'm really excited about getting is the Air Razor that turns into like a crossbow. And so I don't know, maybe I'll have to pick up a few more Skull Crunchers because I just love this rifle mode. And Air Razor looks like she's going to be pretty sick, so I'm excited about that. Anyway, guys, like I said, I always hate doing these because I prefer to give you guys like a more polished view. I mean, all right, guys, I'm going to stop rambling now. I hope you enjoyed this kind of impromptu look at the G2 Toxitron, the star of the collection himself. And really, until next time, guys, we'll see you in another review.